I'm Reuel.
I'm Mike.
And we just did a weekend full of classes. The first day of blues and the second day of Lindy Hop. 4 classes each day. So right now we're going to do a class summary of all of it. So have some. So what we started with was point changes and travel. So we started with just basic positions. Open position, closed position, and embrace. Right? And so in all those positions we did basic weight changes. We brought our feet together, made the weight change complete, didn't leave the foot hanging out and tip, and we walked. Forward, backwards, probably walked as well.
Before all that stuff in closed embrace.
Okay, all the same things in close embrace, walking back, forward. Making our weight changes distinct. And then we started adding timing changes. So instead of stepping 1, 3, 5, 7, we step 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. We also added continuous weight changes instead of just discrete weight changes where we're on one foot or on the other foot. We could also slow change backwards, and then come back and finish. Continuous weight changes.
There's embrace. Weight changes.
Yeah.
So the next one is counterbalance.
Counterbalance. Okay, cool. So in the second class, we kind of switched gears. We went into counterbalance. Basically, blues at Lindy Hop land. Their principle is called opposition. So if my weight goes away from mine balances that in turn. Starting in open position. So
What's it before? It's like
do the same thing in closed position. Set away, she balanced it, right? Then we started doing that. Touch steps. And then we kind of put it in motion. Boom, 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 touch, touch, touch. Notice the in-out feeling? And it doesn't come from my arms doing this. Our arms stay about in the same spot, and our bodies go away into that in-out. Okay, and then we went into kind of like a variation on lowdowns, which looked something like this. And we kind of experimented with sending just follow. I guess just the leader could go. Data. Right. We could even open it up in open position. I don't know if we got this far, but it's fun. Anyway. Turning moves. That's class number 3 is called turning moves, and we went into
tucks.
what's that? Oh yeah. Let's go from the start of this. Yeah. So basically, we stressed continuity in our pulse, our up-down movement. We didn't want any stops in our pulse. We wanted very continuous, leading right into the next piece. No stopping, right? Then we wanted continuity going forward in addition to that. Forward, 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 instead of the stop, stop, stop kind of steps. Then we added rotational continuity as well. Take, rotate, we wanted the constant movement in and out instead of stopping, 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 right? So we went into a little sequence. I guess we'll just do it now. We started in, out, out.
Just kidding.
Okay, we went into a turn, looked like this. We did a slow version. We did a fast version. And turn. And went back. Then I sent Mike, because she was very continuous. And then we went into tucks. Alright? That's as far as we got in that section. And then we moved on to pivots. We had a close embrace. Worked on this for a little while. And then, that was the end of that class. In the beginning of the next class, we went into some vocabulary and some old-time vintage moves, starting with drags. And we did this entrance. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? That jackknifed position, follow is facing this way while I'm facing this way. It's very important that move to create stretch. That's right. Boom. Then we went into drags, and drags by ourselves look like this. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2,
Then we did some solo moves. We started off just with a little step touch kind of thing, just to get into the groove. Then we did a little hip bump, right? That car door slam bump, bump, bump. Then we made that a little like extra janky, and we went hit and step, drop, hit and step, drop, hit and step, drop, hit and step, drop, hit and step, drop. For like extra chunky, extra heavy rhythm. Then we did fishtails, where we're gonna sit back, bring it up, sit back, bring it up, sit back, bring it up, back, bring it up. We did them smooth, and then we did them with a little pop at the end. Boom, hit, pop. Then we did rocks, so we rock in and out, and in and out. Then we went into partnership, and we talked about how if we have space in the connection, and he's doing some simple walking, I can dress this up so long as I don't interfere with the weight changes that he's leading. So I can do my little fishtails here. Right, if he's inspired, he can match me. I can change up what I'm doing, right? Any of my solo blues vocabulary that I want to do is totally fine as long as I'm following his body. And then we just played around with the music and danced. I think that was the end of Blues Day.
The end of day one. Do you guys want to do a separate video or keep going?
Stop.